What I'm about to say here about Sammy Hagar and David Lee Roth is bound to piss some people off. The big question is, can you handle it? Welcome back to the Steve Champagne Radio Show. Welcome back, I Love Music Army. New viewers to the channel, what's happening, what's going on out there? As we have a story of Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth, we're going to get to that right now. And I know what some of you were thinking. You're probably going, oh, we've heard this. David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, they're never going to do it. Yeah. You might be right about that, but this video is going to give you some insight, and I'd love to hear from you. And while you're typing in the comments section, don't forget to join us. Hit the button down there, like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. You won't miss a video, especially one with some profound words from yours truly here on this Sammy Hagar, David Lee Roth situation. Generally speaking, most people prefer Dave over Sammy. Generally speaking, that's what most people do. And I can understand that. Okay, to me, they're two different bands. They're both iconic frontmen. They're both great in my eyes. Okay, over the years, there have been public feuds. They even toured together. Hell, I went and saw the Sam and Dave tour. Did you see that? Did anybody here go to the Sam and Dave tour? What was your review of the tour? I'd like to read that in the comment section. And what's going on now with Sammy Hagar, in my opinion, first he tries to reach out to Alex. Alex does nothing to him. He releases his book, doesn't even include Sammy at all. Later comes out and says, hey, that's for a different book, alluding to maybe a second Van Halen book, which I would very much enjoy reading. But Sammy's latest actions spoke a little controversy, and, well, I'll just tell you what happened. In a recent interview, Sammy Hagar had this to say about what he has recently done to reach out to David Lee Roth. He said, we have so much in common. We both spent 10 years with Eddie or Edward and Alex Van Halen. First, let's point out the difference there when he said Eddie. Alex and Dave call him Edward, not Eddie. And Alex specifically said in his book, no Eddie. No Eddie. It's Ed or Edward. That's what Alex said. That's one difference right there. And Sammy Hagar also said we're two totally different personalities. He praised David Lee Roth in a recent interview about how he's got the courage to go out there and sing these Van Halen songs. And he also said he sent him a private message. Now, what was in the private message? Well, he reveals that. Sammy said that, when they were having a little Instagram thing back and forth a little while ago, he sent a private message to David Lee Roth, said, listen, one of the best things you've done ever is to get those background singers. And I think it's absolutely excellent how you're interacting with them and how important the background vocals to Van Halen were and how you're highlighting that and doing this. And you seem to enjoy it. And the guys singing it seem to enjoy it. And the fans seem to enjoy it. Anyways, I just want you to know I'm all cool with you, and I think that was a great move on your part. Now, this goes to show you a couple things. Number one, Sammy Hagar is watching videos that fans are taking at David Lee Roth shows, and he's paying attention. And there's a lot of celebrities out there that are paying attention to YouTube channels that talk about them. Hell, even this one. Sam or Dave could be watching this video right now. If that's the case, well, when you comment, you'll be actually being heard, talking to Sam and Dave, and I'm going to talk to Sam and Dave right now because I got something to say to both of them. First, I want to talk to Sammy Hagar. Sammy Hagar, I love you, man. You seem like the kind of guy that's so friendly. You love music. I mean, you're on stage with Kenny Chesney 1 minute and Metallica the next. You're just all over the map. You're like a traveler that just goes everywhere and has a blast with music, does all these interviews with all these people. I mean, it's pretty amazing what you're doing. But the biggest mistake and why fans don't accept you, in my opinion, compared to Dave, is when you got into Van Halen, and I don't know whose choice this was. Maybe you should clarify this, is you didn't do any of the Roth songs. You didn't want to do any of the Roth songs. You had your ego out there. If you would have came out during the first early years when you joined Van Halen and maybe done On Fire and then the Cradle Will Rock, maybe Bottoms Up, and done some songs from the classic Van Halen era, except Jump. I understand you want to promote 5150. I get it. But if you'd have done some of those songs and you'd have done them well, and I believe you could have done them well, I think you would have been accepted a whole lot more than saying, oh, Dave this and Dave that, because you were spitting out some hate towards Dave. Now, on David Lee Roth's side, you were spitting some hate on Sammy Hagar, too. I'm glad y'all did that show together. It didn't work out. I saw a lot of behind-the-scenes footage, and I understand that. But I want to say that, you guys just, what's the big deal? I mean, I want to know, what do you think? What's your opinion? Who's got the keyboard courage out there? Because there's no doubt about it, people love Dave more than Sammy. They're two different bands. They are two different bands. You can't deny the fact that both versions of Van Halen were very successful. You can't deny it. I think the Dave music had more of an edge. I think it was more stronger. But the Sammy stuff was still very good. It wasn't as rough, but it was good. I enjoyed listening to it. I love the melodies. I love the hooks. I love the guitar playing. I love the keyboard work that they did. And it was a definitely different band. And as you get older, you change anyway. So, and a lot of those songs that Sammy did, Ed actually had written the music during the Dave era, and Dave said, "No way, Jose." That's how it went. I really love to know what you think about all of this stuff. Sammy trying to send messages, apologizing to Dave and trying to be nice with Dave. I guess he's thinking, hey, if I can't get with Alex, maybe I can get with Dave again. We can do something special. I have no idea what's really going on. But Sammy looks weaker here, always apologizing, always trying to be the nice guy. Dave looks like the alpha. Nah, screw that. I'm going to make fun of Sammy. I don't care. Yada, yada, yada. But your opinion in the comment section, hey, it matters to me. This is an interactive show, and I love to read what you have to say. I'll probably respond to it, too. You never know about me. That's for sure. One thing you do know is that in the meanwhile, that's it for the Sea Champagne Radio Show. Until next time, keep the music playing and the good times rolling.